Most ecom brands treat their email list like a slot machine. They pull the handle and send a campaign blast and hope money comes out. This strategy works until it doesn't. You operate stank, you land in the spam box, and your customers tune you out. And that's why your revenue is inconsistent and you are terrified of rising ad costs, because you haven't built a backend actually retains people. The top 10% of brands don't just send emails, they build a data-driven ecosystem. In this video, I'm going to show the 3 specific shifts that separate the brands that fail from the brands that add 30 to 50% to their bottom line through email. I've scaled these strategies myself, managing millions in revenue for large Dutch retailers and agencies. And for the past 7 years, my team and I help e-commerce brands implement these exact systems to fix retention, stabilize cash flow, and protect margins. So let's get into the first mistake: treating email as a campaign channel instead of a revenue system. This is the most common failure point I see e-commerce brands make. Email is treated like a campaign calendar. So what should we send this week? Do we have a promo? Should we push this product? So emails only get sent when there's a sale, there's excess inventory, or when someone feels like it's been a while. And that's not a system, that's improvisation. And the result is predictable. You'll have inconsistent revenue, an over-reliance on discounts, a burnt email list, and zero predictability. The top 10 e-commerce brands, they flip this completely. They don't ask, what should we send? They ask, what job does this email need to do in the revenue system we have? So every email has a role. So demand creation, objection handling, conversion, retention, or LTV expansion. So campaigns are built around flows and not instead of them. Flows do the heavy lifting and campaigns amplify what already works. And when email is treated as a system and not as a slot machine, revenue becomes predictable instead of volatile. So if your email revenue spikes during promos and collapses right after, this is why. Before we go into the next point, quick mention. I have a free email marketing course on my website that breaks down these systems in a lot more detail. If you want access, the link is in the description below. Alright. Mistake number 2, chasing new tactics instead of maximizing your core flows. And this is where a lot of brands think they're being advanced, but they're actually hurting themselves. They build complex automations, hyper-specific flows, edge case segments that barely get traffic, and all while their most important flows are underperforming. Trust me, I see this all the time. Because here's the simple truth. The majority of your email revenue will always come from a very small number of flows. It's your welcome flow, your cart and checkout abandonment flow, your browse abandonment flow, and of course, your post-purchase flow. That's it. Just these 5 flows. Yet most brands, they spend more time building a flow that triggers 50 times a month than optimizing a flow that touches thousands of users every single month. And the top 10 brands, they understand this and they do the exact opposite. They obsess over the first 72 hours after someone joins the list with the welcome flow. They obsess over their abandoned carts and checkouts. They obsess over the first 30 days after purchase with the post-purchase flow, because that's where the intent is the highest for your new customer. And instead of constantly adding new flows, they keep refining the ones that matter. They test different copy angles. They adjust the timing. They separate first-time buyers from returning customers. They change the incentive logic, and they watch how every change impacts their deliverability. Because a small improvement in a welcome flow or in a checkout flow often generates way more revenue than building 5 new automations combined. Failing brands, they add complexity, and winning brands, they extract leverage. The third mistake is sacrificing deliverability and trust for short-term revenue. Sounds like you're right, because this one is subtle and that's why it's dangerous. Most brands, they don't intentionally destroy their deliverability, they just slowly optimize themselves into it. They send more emails, they rely more on discounts, they add more urgency, and at first revenue goes up, but the engagement quietly goes down. Open rates drop below 35%. The spam complaints increase. Inbox providers like Gmail, they stop trusting your brand, and suddenly email feels harder and harder to make money with. So what do most brands do at that point? They start sending more emails. The top 10%, they do the opposite. They understand that deliverability is not a technical issue. It's a profit lever for your store. So they protect their inbox placement at all costs, which means that they send primarily to engaged segments, and they treat discounts as escalation and not as default. And they are also comfortable not emailing everyone, because they know a smaller engaged email list will always outperform a massive dead one. They optimize for lifetime value, not for short-term spikes. And that's how email becomes a compounding asset instead of a decaying one. The real difference between failing brands and the top 10% is that failing brands react. They blast, they discount, they hope. And the top 10% brands design systems. They protect trust, they maximize high intent moments, and they compound results over time. So you can keep treating your email list like an ATM and slowly watch your margins shrink. Or you can fix it, and knowing what to do is easy. Executing it every single week without breaking your flows, burning your list, or destroying your deliverability, that's the hard part. Templates and prompts aren't enough. So if you want to work with me and my team directly to build a full backend e-commerce retention system, including flows, campaigns, segmentation, deliverability, and ongoing optimization, book a free revenue audit using the first link in the description below. And make sure to watch this video next, where I give brutally honest advice about email marketing and show exactly what happens when brands move from the failing group to the top 10%. So I'll see you over there.